Alright, hello everyone. I just wanted to share with you my success story. Um, got back not too long ago, literally probably within the last 5 minutes. And it is about, I don't know, like, it's about quarter to one again on Monday, December 28th. And I was dressed, and as y'all know, as soon as I come in, I take off everything because one, the temperature and climate in here, and two, because it's comfortable, and three, because I don't want to get my clothes all funky. You know what I mean? So, um, I'm preparing lunch, and I'll tell y'all more about the rest later. What I am making is garlic shrimp Alfredo. I have to get the shrimp. I'll be right back. All right, as I was saying, garlic shrimp Alfredo, and it's very simple to make. Maybe about, let's see, maybe how many years? Somewhere between 7 and 10 years ago, somebody, they didn't tell me that that's what it was, but it's very similar. Basically, all you do, and I'm gonna use something a little different. Like as y'all know, when I was sick, I was doing the soup, and I just couldn't eat the ramen noodles. So ramen is what we call it. I'm starting to call it ramen because I hear everyone else do it. But so I'm using ramen noodles because that's what I have left over, and I have butter. I have garlic cloves. I also have some Old Bay seasoning, some lemon, and the Old Bay is lemon Old Bay. And then I have some medium cooked shrimp. So, the way that we're going to make this magic happen is have to excuse me while I get my cutting utensil. We're going to take some butter. And this is unsalted butter because I thought it would be healthier, but as y'all know, I've been using a lot of salt in my soup, so I don't know. But you do what you can. It's unsalted sweet cream butter. Um, and you can use any kind. It just happened to be, I don't know why I got sweet cream, but I did. I think because I had planned to use it to make my cheesecake. And I haven't made cheesecake since I've been here, but I still have all the materials to make it. I was making actually cream cheese frosting. I did make that, and that was really good. Homemade, really easy to make. All right, so what I'm doing, just taking a little slab of butter, and I don't measure anything. I do it the old school way. You take it and you throw it in there, the slab of butter. And then I'm going to take a garlic clove. And there's an easy, I was watching The Crazy Russian Hacker, which is um, one of my favorite YouTubers. And he had this hack for doing the garlic, and I forget what it was. But I'm just going to do it the wrong way, which is the long way. I'm just going to peel off all of the skin. I cut off the ends to make it so that the clothes would fall apart easily. Just so that you know, a little bit of garlic does go a long way. But I do so love garlic. And you could always, you know, bring it down or up to your taste as far as adding more butter, adding more other ingredients. But I gotta truly say I'm very thankful that I no longer have my cold. Amen. Um, so so I'm just peeling the garlic now, and then I'll dice it into little pieces. And the butter is slowly melting. I'm gonna tell y'all a little bit about my day out too. Like I said, there is something going on in my life right now, and I think, like I was telling y'all, is that time must be coming up because I'm noticing different hormonal changes and things like that. But but the one thing that's usually really strong is that the hormonal desires. I'll just put it that way. But for some reason, it's like it's on the back burner. It's there, but it's on the back burner, and and I'm just trying not to be graphic about it, but and I hope I don't lose it in me trying not to be graphic, but lose the point. But what I wanted to say about that is there's something going on in my life. So I don't know if in the new year, um, it's like I feel like I'm being cleansed almost. And in addition to that, um, each and every time, no fail, that I go out, it's like for some reason I'm attracting a lot of people, and it's not looks because as y'all see, on the spur of the moment, what happened this morning while I was out on the spur of the moment, again, just automatically got something and had to run out. So I did, and I didn't have time to do anything with my hair. So, so this is what they got, and it was a good experience. Good experience going down there. Different people that I bumped into, talked to. Everything was perfect. Like it just fit perfectly. Um, I ran into. Remember how I said that guy, the dread guy or whatever? I ran into um, another one of those guys that I met before I met him. This guy was the guy that I texted him and told him. I forgot why I told him that we were having a conversation. I just wanted to let him know. Oh, because there was a lot of drama. Like he was on the bus just really showing out, and these women just went crazy, and it was just drama. And so I was telling him, I understood him that he's a good person like I am, and that people sometimes may see you as weird because you're a little different. And I could tell he was a good person. And I happened upon him today, and one of the things the girls was mentioning, I guess, in an attempt to try to sell him out, was, oh, wasn't he asking me for $1 the other, something like that. But to me, it's not about all that. So I was at the bus stop, and I saw the guy walk up to me, and I was in the middle of a conversation with someone else, and as he walked up to me, and you could tell at first he didn't recognize me, maybe because my hair was different, but I think I have very distinct features. But at first he didn't, it seemed like, or he thought that maybe I forgot. But then I guess whatever he needed, he really needed. So he did ask me, and as y'all know, I honestly don't have it to give. So I said no. And to respect his privacy, I didn't, let him know or make any show that I knew him or whatever like that, because again, you're going through some things, and it wasn't about that. He needed whatever he needed, and so he asked for it. And if he wanted to engage, he would have, but he didn't. So I need to turn this down a little bit because it is now melted. And actually, I could put some more in there because this thing goes fast. I don't want to burn anything, but so there was a message behind that. He asked, but I really didn't have. And so I couldn't, give. But I know that if I ever see him again, and I have, he's getting it. And not only is he getting that, he's getting as much love and respect as I can possibly give to him, So he's getting it, and it was just a weird thing. Like I said, I meet so many people each time I go out. And what I'm doing is I'm dicing the garlic cloves to put in there because we're about to make us some good stuff. You hear me? So, and then after I do that, I'm going to toss the shrimp in too. But, so with this dude, before he came, when I sat there, just so many wonderful, wonderful things. I'm going to tell you. I got off of the bus, and there were these ladies that were at the bus stop, and it was really nowhere to sit, and there was like, it's a bench that's made to sit 3 people, but you know how that is. You want your space, so you're not going to try to squeeze in between all those people and invade somebody's space if you don't have to. But as y'all know, or don't know, I don't know if I didn't upload, I had on like 6-inch heels because my pants legs were too long. And so if I wore regular size shoes, I would look like I was insane, And that's one of the reasons why I was surprised that lady called me back from the other place, because my pants legs were too long and I didn't have any heels. And so I'm sure I looked like, like somebody that needs a little adjustment. We'll just put it that way. So I get to the bus stop. 2 ladies, because I had those big old heels. Normally I wouldn't be trying to, do all that, but I didn't want to have to walk too far when the bus actually came. And I don't have any chopsticks. And yeah, so I kind of joked. And sometimes you look at people and you think they're black, but they're not. So this particular lady wasn't black, but I originally thought that she was. And I was just like, trying to joke, and was just like, you don't mind if I invade your space a little bit. I just want to sit down. And she was cool. She just moved over and let me sit. And as I sat there, I was craving like sugar. I don't know what I was craving. I was craving something. I needed to have something. So I had some donut sticks in my bag. So I offered her one. And, she happily took it. She seemed excited to take it. And that was cool with me. And as we sat there, sometimes you can communicate without communicating. As we sat there, it was just a real peaceful. I don't know if I should put this in now. I think I'm gonna put the noodles in next. And I might be able to use just this whole stick will be okay. But yeah, so it was just a real peaceful vibe. It's almost like if I could do like a short film on interactions, just a short film on interactions without words, and because it was so dynamic, I don't know if I'll do it justice by trying to even explain it, but here goes. I'm gonna try. So we're sitting there, and it's just real peaceful. I didn't really say anything because I could tell by the way she responded that, you know, her English was so. And I think she was of Afro descent, but not African American. So I'm assuming Haitian, but people assume I'm Haitian too, but I'm not. So, I offered it to her, and the other lady, she was Haitian. The lady on the other side was an older white woman, and it was just so peaceful. And I didn't realize how much I appreciated being in that situation or whatever until everybody had to leave. Now let me tell you how it worked out. Um, so what ended up happening was, I felt bad because it's like if I offer one, I feel like I have to offer the other. But she wasn't really paying attention, whatever. And then on top of that too, when people, as y'all see from the interactions that I've had, sometimes you have to be careful when you don't know people and they are in your space or they speak to you because it may cause a whole bunch of drama that you're not trying to have. So, she kind of, she was aware, but she was minding her business. And so eventually, later on, I was like, because she happened to look my way, would you like a donut stick? She was like, no, she's fine. So then the bus came, and I had asked the lady, was she taking the X bus that I was taking? And then as the bus came, and I guess she did her research or whatever, vibe research, I felt like it was cool. It's almost like, it felt funny because the little old lady, the older white woman, she got up slowly, and you could feel, I wasn't too hurt by the fact that she left, but you could feel the, I don't know, it was something, and then when the other lady left, she was just like, well, what bus are you catching? And her English again was a little funny. And I was just like, oh, I'm catching this bus. And I was like, oh, this is your bus. And immediately I realized, like sitting at that bus stop, where at one point I had two people on the side of me. We're all females. It was a bond, but then when they got up and left, it's like I felt all alone. I'm like, okay, I'm all alone. That's how I felt. And then not too long after they left, I felt really kind of lost. An older gentleman came back, African American, and very, I don't know, I liked his personality. He reminded me a lot like of the men that my father, the kind of man my dad was, the men that my father kind of hung around growing up. Liked to laugh, joke, fairly attractive, older but didn't really care. Not flirtatious or perverted, but just having a good personality. And this older man was like that. And we were just chatting about family and stuff, and we started getting deep and philosophical. It got to one point where he talked to me just like my dad would have said. He was like, because he asked me something about work, and I was just like, you know, nothing's going on right now. And then he was just like, and then I asked him what did he used to do before he retired. And, he told me he worked at Disney for like 25 years. And I said, well, this is the type of work. Last 10 years has been customer service and sales. Before that was admin, but I just haven't found the right fit yet, And I said, and it's not all the, it's just finding the right fit. The moral values and standards have changed. Mine haven't. And so I have to kind